the European Maritime Safety Agency opening day in Lisbon on the 14th of September 2006. Among the 500 guests was the European Union Commissioner for Transport, Mr. Jacques Barrot. He gave his viewpoint on EMSA's role regarding oil pollution response.
L'agence doit vraiment veiller à prévenir les accidents, les marées noires. C'est essentiel. Avec cette agence maritime européenne, nous franchissons une nouvelle étape pour la protection de l'espace maritime européen, qui est une grande richesse pour l'Europe.
Commissioner Barrot, message received. EMSA's role is to top up the efforts of member states when responding to a major spill. Incident statistics indeed show that a large-scale oil spill can be expected on a regular basis. Therefore, the agency is phasing in a network of oil recovery vessels around Europe. As can be seen on the map, vessels are available in the Baltic Sea area, where 2 vessels are mobilized. For the Atlantic coast, vessels based in Brest and Sines are available. And for the Mediterranean Sea, 2 vessels are stationed at the geographically central location of Malta. The final phase is currently underway to complete the network of oil recovery vessels, strengthening the Atlantic and Mediterranean. Following Bulgaria and Romania joining the European Union, the Black Sea is also targeted. This reserve for disasters is at the service of all member states. Let's look at one of these vessels in more detail. The agency's fire brigade role is to provide additional response capacity for major spills in a cost-efficient manner. With this in mind, EMSA has entered into public-private partnership with commercial ship owners and spill response companies. Such an approach is innovative at European level.
Course now 180, sir.
One of these vessels, the Ile de Bréhat, is located in Brest. She has been designed to operate in heavy weather conditions, and she has a storage capacity of 4,000 cubic meters. Interestingly, she was designed as a cable layer and not a tanker. How does the oil recovery service work? Firstly, and most importantly, the agency's service will only be mobilized when requested by the coastal states affected by a spill. From a technical perspective, the EMSA contracted vessels offer the affected coastal state a choice of oil recovery systems, both based on the principle of containment and then recovery of the actual oil. In both cases, the vessel sails to the site of the incident and positions itself as best as possible in thick floating oil. On board, local radar-based slick detection systems assist with this task. Once the vessel is next to the slick, the vessel deploys either a sweeping arm system or the more traditional ocean-going boom and skimmer arrangement. Each system has its own advantages depending on the characteristics of the spilled oil and the surrounding sea and wind conditions. The main idea is to physically concentrate and channel the oil using either the sweeping arm or, in the other case, the boom to a skimmer. With the aid of pumps, the skimmer removes the oil from the water surface, which is then transferred on board the vessel. The main limitation to the systems is bad weather. Beyond Beaufort 6, the harsh weather conditions make the oil recovery system inefficient. More importantly, high waves and bad weather also expose the crew to a more dangerous operational environment. When these vessels with relatively large oil storage are fully loaded, they return to shore to discharge the polluting cargo. At this stage, the high oil heating and pumping capacity of the vessels reduces the time in port. Once empty, the vessel returns to the spill site and the anti-pollution cycle starts again. Coordinating international systems to a major oil spill is a complex business. Practice is important. Here, we can see the 2006 Balex Delta exercise in the Baltic, which brought together 23 ships from 7 Baltic nations. 2 EMSA-contracted vessels, Ortilia and Breeze, took part for the first time in the Balex Delta exercise off the Polish coast. The agency makes sure that its contracted oil recovery vessels participate actively in a yearly major exercise with member states and regional organizations. Here, we can see the 2007 Gascoigne exercise, which took place in the Bay of Biscay in June 2007. The event was organized in the framework of the Biscay Plan with the participation of Spanish vessels. Protecting European resources like fisheries, tourism and environment from marine pollution remains one of the agency's key tasks. Let's return to the EMSA opening day on the 14th of September 2006 with the Executive Director Willem de Ruyter's speech and conclusion.
Safer shipping, cleaner seas is our common target. And it gives me pleasure to think that our young and still small organization contributes to achieving these goals. And as such, we also contribute to the much broader European project as a whole.